Today's topic, I want to share with you that how to keep us cold, as well as raising crickets in the cold season. As you know, it's mid-November. You guys, it's November 14th. Was the north, the first cold air. The temperature is quite deep. There are areas down to 10-23 degrees. If it's in the cooler, it is not always possible to completely raise crickets, even if we have measures like whether it's heat or heat. So it's still affected, and it's very slow. It's like being in Dakar. Well, guys, it started in the dry season, and the wind was pretty strong. It also has an impact. With me, there are some cold remedies like this. The first is, we're going to have to cover you up, as if we had to cover the camps. It is recommended that you cover the canvas. Let the wind not come in. The second one is with the barns. You can drop your crickets. Like that, we should drop a little thicker. For example, normally, this cage 3 square meters. The season that's summer, we drop 6 trays. The season that winter, we can put it on 8 trays, you guys. This cold season, then we can drop a little thick. The reason is because when the temperature drops, it's in this cricket cage. Let it freeze. They let warm it get hot, guys. It's also a way to fight the cold. Usually in winter, it will be cold. It's slowing down the process of 10 to 15 days, depending on the temperature. In fact, for something that lasts that long, the profit when we are cricket farming, it will be reduced because we extend the day of right, guys? Well, that's to fix the problem. We're forced to push production by letting our shoes drop. So that's how we're doing it. It's been around for 2 years, and it works pretty well. That's what I'm sharing below. That angle is the climate in Dakar. And the climate is colder in those areas. For example, Dalat, in some northern provinces. It's out there, guys. It's going to be a lot harder. There must be a heating system, or, in general, there's some kind of heating system. Raise the temperature in the camp. Then we can feed it. What if we don't have these systems? Maybe a bunch of our crickets. It'll last longer, 30 to 40 days. It's even 60 days compared to a normal cricket. You guys, I've seen a lot of camps like that, and almost farmed in the winter. We're not going to be that economically efficient. The reason today is the first wave of cold air. It's almost winter outside the north. I share. This is so that you can understand just the situation. As it was for the camp brothers and sisters. In the Central Highlands, especially in the Central Highlands, where I'm growing, you can be in the cold room. The dry monsoon. How to let us down. Session right. If the sun rises, we can be open the canvas. And in the evening, I'm sure you will avoid the wind coming in. These bells are on my side. It's been 50 days, and we will start cleaning the barn this afternoon to feed sugarcane and if harvest. You see it, uniform rate of crickets. It's almost 100%, guys. And crickets are pretty big. The size of crickets is quite uniform. In this case, it will be 5 to 30 pounds, guys. Put your clothes on your head. Today, we have 12 cages. It will be collected the next day. Clean the barn today. Feed the sugarcane this afternoon. Winter day 1. Collecting tomorrow. The sequence will be like that. I want to share one more thing with you. That's what we do with eggs. You guys for. It's different in the winter than in the summer. As if in some of the previous videos, I shared that when we are laying eggs that summer, usually we'll leave it outside and we'll rinse it every day. If the eggs are dry, we'll spray them with dew. That's how you brew eggs in the summer. But for winter, it is different. In winter, we will have to, depending on the temperature. We have different ways of dealing with it during the day. The whole thing is like this. During the day, if the temperature is warm about 2-5 degrees, or have mild sun, then we should put the eggs out. And the evening, when it's cold, we put it in the sponge. That's why I have to do that. First of all, it's the sponge that you know keeps heat. Right? Keep the heat. So many of you keep it in a sponge all day. I've done it before, and here's the problem. Our eggs are cold. It's in a foam barrel. And this foam barrel outside is insulated because I can't get out. You can imagine it's like that's when our eggs are. Put it in and it's freezing. It's in there. It's cold all the time. So we just put it in the sponge. When the egg has warmed up, let's put our hands in and see that the egg in the meantime, we're just getting started. Put the eggs in the sponge. What do we spend the night doing? So that during the day, the egg stays warm. It's done and at night. If the outdoor temperature is low, just put it in the sponge. If the outdoor temperature is too high, then we take it out. That's the way it is. That we are. Eggs in the winter, and it's very effective, especially in the northern region. I think that way is pretty boring. And if the day's temperature is still cold, it's cold all day, especially all night. It's the period from December to January. In the north, it's day and night, 10 degrees. Well, we could use a little shadow. It's like an incandescent ball, dedicated to lighting the ball on the spot. Your altar, you use a little incandescent. Let's not use shadows. We have 50 watt, 5 the 5 watts that we light up in the styrofoam can. It will break the egg because of the heat. Its heat is very high, and we should just use a little shadow with your thumb or your big toe. Then to punch a hole is to run the wires through the foam and we light it up. Well, the temperature in the foam can will be warm, but we remember that we have to turn the eggs regularly. Let the temperature be in sawdust or coir. It's got to be not hot. The cold later is easy. It bloomed out to be. This one hatches before you hatch, so that's how we do it. Well, maybe it's incubating eggs. It works in the winter. In general, winter from the moment of the egg to the moment when we take care of it when it's done. Up to 45. 50 days old. It's hard to go through. It's not that it's just until it's on the wing. It's hard. This one's looking for a place to give birth to you. Last week, I was pretty busy, so there's not a lot of video. At the end of the year, many of your friends are back. I still have to go some trade promotion fair. I just returned from Hanoi yesterday. I had time to visit the camp. Let's go back a little. In general, the end of the year is quite a lot. I'm working on some other products here. Cricket powder stuff, so it's pretty busy. These cages are on autumnal fades. I'm sure I'll be here. Let me make a video tutorial. Let's talk to everyone about the collection process. Then pre-process things. I think there are some households. You guys are having a problem related to prep. There's no smell, no color. It is not standard. There are many more places. Freeze-grade millet smell, millet color. But when it comes time for your crickets to freeze, because we fan the cricket, it's not dry. Then the restaurant called me. I took it and dried it and frozen it myself. It is a waste of time, and the number of crickets will go down. So it is. I think I have to spend some time. A session to be here for. I'll show you the day after tomorrow about the standard cricket harvesting process, so that it's not just households that I'm working with you to make a connection. Give it to yourself. All the households all over a city. Households that do not have a standard cricket processing process. Then everyone can do it, because there's actually nothing to hide. We share each other so that we can all, we all got that. Then it's time for you to sell your crickets. If they use it, they feel good and it's new. It helps what is. To raise the value of the crickets as well as they will introduce each other. From there, many people use crickets. That was the time. If you sell crickets, I will sell them too. It's kind of like so that. So it is. There are things we don't have to hide. You see, many of you have to hide this, hide that, and that's what killed the job. We have to support each other. Let's move this industry forward. The more users, that's the opportunity for us to reach out to users. It's new. From there we can sell, right? So that's what I want to share with you. Let's change our minds to be the SAO that we're pushing this AI industry to. And today's video, please allow me to stop if here. You see a good video, please give me a like as well as a share. One follow so you can watch my next videos. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next videos.